Hello and a very warm welcome to Curiosity Hive. Well, in our today's video, we are going to do problem solving with heuristics for class 4. So we are going to do 4th standard word problems and going to solve them using models. Now you must be wondering, what is heuristics? Well, heuristics is a practical approach using models and quick solutions or short solutions, mental maths, which aid you in quick decision making and efficient way of solving a question. This method is very popularly used in Singapore maths curriculum and trains kids to think analytically as they approach a question. Now in this video, we are going to solve 4 types of heuristic model questions. Generally, kids are aware of the heuristic models, but the problem comes in the application. So we are going to master it together by practice and also by looking at different kind of questions in this arena. So the way that we are going to solve these questions in our video is, I'm going to solve one heuristic model problem with you and I'll ask you or quiz you on the next one. Don't worry, I'll solve that also along with you. And like that, we'll cover 2 questions each on each of the 4 heuristic models that we just mentioned. And after giving you enough practice, in the last segment of the video, I'm going to leave you with 5 questions which need to be solved using heuristic method or heuristic models, diagrams, whatever you want to call it. And if you have any queries, you know where to reach us. So without any delay, let's get started. But before that, do not forget to like, share and subscribe Curiosity Hive. So let's look at the first question, which reads, Mr. Tan bought 2 similar televisions and a printer for $3,600. One television cost 4 times as much as one printer. How much did one television cost? Now you must be thinking, for these you need to make complex equations. Well, not at all. When you see how easily this can be solved with heuristics or models. So let's start. So the number of televisions bought by Mr. Tan are 1 and 2. And he got one printer and all of them together cost $3,600. Now it says one television cost 4 times as much as a printer. That means this. Now if one television costs this, the other television will also cost 4 times that of printer. So in all, we have 9 units which cost us 3,600. That means the sum of these 9 units is 3,600. So 1 unit will be 3,600 divided by 9, which is equal to 400. Now we need to find how much is cost of one television. Now remember, one television is these 4 blocks. So what we'll do is, since one television is 4 units, we'll multiply 4 with 400 because 400 is the cost of 1 unit. This is equal to 1,600. So your answer is that one television costs $1,600. See how simple? Let's go to the next one and you try to solve it this time. At a shop, 2 similar bags and 5 similar belts cost $117. One belt costs half as much as one bag. How much more did one bag cost than one belt? If you want some time, pause the video and try to solve it using heuristics. And always remember what is the final question asked. Many times we just leave it once we reach an answer. So let's solve this together if you have paused and solved it by yourself. So at a shop there are 2 similar bags which we call BA and there are 5 similar belts. And all together they cost $117. Now one belt, which is this, costs half as much as a bag. That means a bag costs 2 times that much of a belt. So if one bag costs 2 times the belt, the other bag will also cost 2 times the belt. So now these are all similar units. So if you count them, there are 9 units which cost 117. So 1 unit will be 117 divided by 9 and hence we will find that 13 is the value for 1 unit. Now we want to find how much did one bag cost more than a belt. So one bag is 2 units and one belt is 1 unit. Now we know that 1 unit is $13. So 2 units, that is the cost of the bag, will be 2 times 13, which is $26, and 1 unit of belt. So belt is equal to $13. Now we need to subtract both of them to get how much more one bag cost than one belt. So when we subtract, we will get the answer that one bag costs $13 more than one belt. So this is the first kind of heuristic model. Now let's go to the second type of heuristic model. You'll understand here what happens is there is some giving away or adding in, and then we need to find how much did they have before or at first. So let's read this question. This reads, Ash and Kathy had same number of cards. After Ash gave away 150 cards and Kathy gave away 360 cards, Ash had 3 times as many cards left as Kathy. So in the second type of heuristics, after an action, you arrive at a comparison between the two. How many cards did Ash and Kathy have altogether at first? So let's draw the model here. So here I have Ash with some cards and Kathy with some cards, and both of them have the same number of cards. It is said in the first statement. So the number of cards held by the two are the same. This is our equation 1. Now Ash gives away 150 and Kathy gives away 360 cards. After giving the cards away, Ash has 3 times as much as what Kathy has. So let's call this remaining amount to be C1. So Ash, after giving away 150, has 3C1. Now we know that both of them are same. So from the figure, we can create an equation that 3C1 plus 150 is equal to C1 plus 360, because we know both of these blocks are same. Now this is simple. So from right hand side, when I move C1 to left hand side, it will get subtracted. Similarly, 150 when it moves to this side will get subtracted because it has a plus sign. So we get 2C1 is 360 minus 150, which is 210. And then C1 will be 210 divided by 2, which gives us 105. Now if C1 is 105, now we can replace C1 in either the equation of Ash's cards or the equation for Kathy's cards. So let's use this, which is simpler. So the number of cards for Ash or Kathy will be equal to C1 plus 360. We know C1 is 105, so we add it with 360 and we get our answer as 465. So that means both of them will have 465 times 2 would be the answer, that is 930 cards altogether, because both of them have equal number of cards. So this is your second heuristic model question. Let's go to the next question of this type. This reads, Mala and Sri had same number of donation tickets. Mala sold 230 tickets. Sri sold 390 more than Mala. In the end, Mala had 4 times as many tickets left as Sri. How many donation tickets did Mala and Sri have all together at first? So remember, there was an action by both of them, after which we can draw a relation between Mala and Sri's tickets, and we need to find how much they had before. If you want, you can pause the video and solve. It is similar to the previous one. Well, let me show it to you how I have done it. So here I have Mala with my donation tickets and Sri with the same number of donation tickets. So Mala and Sri have the same number of tickets. Now Mala sold 230 tickets and Sri sold 390 more. 390 more is adding 390 to the existing 230 of Mala. So this is the amount that they have sold. Then they say after selling, Mala has 4 times as many tickets as Sri. So if this remaining amount after selling the tickets that are held by Sri, we call it S1, then Mala has 4 S1. Now keeping in mind that M is equal to S, we know that both of these equations can be formed by the heuristics. So M can be written as 4S1 plus 230 and S can be written as S1 plus 230 plus 390. Now to solve it, we will move S1 this side, which will be minus, and 230 will go this side, which will be minus again. So 4S1 minus S1 is 3S1, and 230 negate itself, leaving us with 390. And so S1 will be 390 divided by 3, which is 130. So you get the value of S1. Now since M is equal to S, we can replace in either equation. Let's use this equation, which is simpler. So that is equal to S1 plus 230 plus 390. Now we know S1 as 130. So let's add it to simplify it. So 130 plus 230 is 360 plus 390, which is equal to 750. So both together will have 750 times 2 cards altogether, because both of them have same number of cards. So in heuristic model 2, you see, first only we get that both of them have same number of tickets, and then there is some action which gives us a relation between the two. Now let's go to the heuristic model 3. So you can see how easy it is. You don't really have to form complex equations. Now this reads, Harry had 1301 red and green beads at first. He gave away half of his red beads and 473 of his green beads. In the end, he had the same number of red and green beads left. How many red beads did he have at first? So in heuristic model 3 questions, after some action, they come to the same number of beads for both the values. So here I have red beads and here I have some green beads. I don't know how much, and both together are 1301. Now Harry has given away half of his red beads, leaving behind half, and he gives away 473 of his green beads, and after giving them, he is left with what red beads are. So after giving 473, green and red beads are same. That means we can replace this G minus 473 with half R, because that's the same number. Now let's take half R to be 1 unit. That means we can write this equation as 3 units plus 473, which is equal to 1301. So this is my first, second and third unit. Now this I can easily solve. I'll move 473 this side. So 3 units is 1301 minus 473, which is 828. And that is why my 1 unit will be 828 divided by 3, which gives me 276. Now 1 unit is half of R. So red beads is 2 units. That means I will multiply 276 with 2. So this gives me the number of red beads. When you multiply, you will get that the answer is 552. I hope you had fun solving this. Let's go to the next question in heuristic model 3. If you want, read the question and then pause the video and solve this and then match it with my answer. So let's read it together. Shop X had 3 times as many dresses as Shop Y. And after Shop X sold 163 dresses and Shop Y bought 219 dresses, so Shop X and Shop Y had same number of dresses. So after an action, both of them have same number of dresses. How many dresses did the 2 shops have altogether in the end? If you want, go back, see how we solved the previous one and then try to solve this by yourself. Pause the video if you want to solve it by yourself. Well, still having difficulties? Let's go with it together. So Shop X has some dresses and Shop Y has also some dresses. Now Shop X has 3 times as many dresses as Shop Y. So 1 unit in Shop X is equal to the unit in Shop Y. Now after Shop X sells 163 and Shop Y adds 219. So there is a selling here and there is an addition here, that they come to the same number of dresses. So now we have the equal bar here. So we will form the equations for X and Y accordingly. So this remaining portion of x can be written as 3 times y. So let me call all of this as y. 3 times y minus 163, and the next one will be written as y plus 219. Only then will they both be equal. Now let's solve this. Y goes this side becoming minus, 163 comes this side becoming plus. So this is our equation. 3y minus y will be 2y, and on the right hand side we have 163 plus 219, which is 382. Now y will be 382 divided by 2 because the 2 comes this side, and then we get the value of y to be 191. Now how many dresses did they have all together in end? Well, all we need to do is find the value of one item which can be duplicated. So that means at the end y had 191 plus 219, which is equal to 410 dresses, and altogether both the shops had same number of dresses, so it will be 410 times 2, which is 820 dresses altogether. So this was our heuristic model 3. Now we'll go to heuristic model 4 type questions. Now here what will happen is that now here there is no equal. So in the initial models we were coming that both the bars or both the persons or objects came to the equal number, and then we used to equate it using equations. Here it is not like that. There is no equal. So there will be the relationship that you can establish just by your model. Let's solve this and you will notice how easy it is to solve such questions. Now Ali took half of the rubber bands in a box. Paul took 2/3 of remaining rubber bands. Joy took the remaining 6 rubber bands. How many rubber bands were there in the box at first? So here they all are taking from one source only. So let's start. Now this is the box of rubber bands. Now Ali took half of it. So half is gone. Now from the remaining, 2/3 is taken by Paul. So let's break it into 3 parts. Now 2/3 of it is taken by Paul, and the remaining 6 rubber bands are taken by Joy. So we know that 1 unit is 6. That means Paul has taken 6 plus 6, 12 rubber bands. So if one half is 18, the other half will also be 18. So Ali has taken 18 rubber bands. So the total number of rubber bands in the box at first is the sum of the two halves, which is 18 plus 18, that is 36. See how simple? Only thing is visualize in terms of model. Let's do one more question before we head to the quiz. Here we have the next type of question in heuristic model 4. Now here we are introducing decimals just to make the addition little difficult, but I'm sure it is not for you guys. Let's read. Tank E had 82.4 liters of water more than tank F. After 32.3 liters of water was used from tank F, tank E had 3 times as much water as tank F. How much water was there in tank F in the end? So you notice in this heuristic model 4, again we are not having equal number after certain action or before. So let's now find out with our heuristic model. So here I have tank E, which has 82.4 liters more than tank F. So tank F is lesser, and this additional in tank E is 82.4 liters. So this is how much it is more by in tank E. So at this level, both of them are equal, F and E, at the line that I have drawn. Now, tank F, after 32.3 was used, whatever was remaining, let's call it F1, was 3 times as much water in tank E. That means tank E is 3F1. So here we can clearly form the two equations, because here we have already equated them by drawing this line. So this portion of F, the equal portion which we have highlighted, would be F1 plus 32.3, and in case of E, it can be written as 3F1 minus this 82.4. So here I have my equation. Now I will move my F1 this side and minus to this side, which will become plus here. So we are left with 82.4 plus 32.3, which is equal to 3f1 minus f1. Now I'll just write this side, so it is the same only. So then the 2f1 is equal to the sum of these two, which is 114.7. Now f1 is equal to 114.7 divided by 2, because this 2 comes here, and this gives us f1 to be equal to 57.35 liters. Now f1 is the amount that is there in F after 32.3 liters has been used. So this is our answer. We don't need to solve further. In the end, tank F has 57.35 liters of water left. Now with this, you don't need to remember which models to use, but apply this knowledge in solving the quiz that is coming in ahead of you. Here I will give you some time, and after that I will flash the answer. Let's start. So the first question reads, Jack and Diane had the same number of muffins. Jack sold 106 muffins while Diane sold 150 muffins. The number of muffins Jack had left was thrice the number of muffins Diane had left. How many muffins did each of them have at first? Your time starts now. This should be quick. You should not take so much time to solve them, but take time to think. Question 2 reads, the number of trading cards Cody has is 1. Question 2 reads, the number of trading cards Cody had is 1/5 of the number of trading cards Michael had. After Cody received 90 trading cards from Michael, they had same number of trading cards. How many trading cards did they have in all? Take your time. Solve the question with the models. Next question. There is a total of 360 orange and apple trees in a plantation. 2/5 of the number of orange trees is equal to half of the number of apple trees. How many orange trees are there? Time starts now. The last question of this quiz. Tina had to complete some mathematics question. She did 1/8 of them on Monday and 5 more questions on Tuesday than on Monday. She completed remaining 37 questions on Wednesday. How many mathematics questions did she complete in 3 days? This is a slightly difficult question, not very straightforward, but if you're able to establish the heuristics, you'll solve it very easily. The last and final question of the quiz reads, there were 550 ducks on farm A than on farm B. After 100 ducks walked over from farm A to farm B, there were 3 times as many ducks on farm A than on farm B. How many ducks were there on farm B at first? Well done! You have completed all the questions. I hope this was a beneficial session for you. Well, the questions that you just attended were from the Problem Solving with Heuristics for Primary 4 book, which is designed by Susan Chan and approved by the Ministry of Education in Singapore. I recommend this book to you, so if you get your hands on it, do pick it up and try out the questions in this book. And if you have any queries, any suggestions, do reach out to us at any of our social media handles and we'll attend to you. Well, till we meet again, take care.